Guys, welcome back to another Daily Tarot card. These are your Daily Tarot cards for Friday, February 19th, 2021. Today we're pulling from the Spirit Animal Oracle cards. Today we have the Bobcat, basically saying like to keep our secrets to ourselves. Unless you have that very important person around you that you know you can trust, you're having a bad day, you can vent to, you know that they're a vault, it ain't gonna go nowhere. Dog's Spirit is talking to us about being gentle with ourselves in this time. Mercury retrograde, especially the people that are workhorses, you sit there and you want to see change, you want to see growth. And if you don't see that, they're saying, don't worry about it. You will see it, they keep highlighting the full moon. So keep, persevering. Do, like they said, be loyal to what you love. So, you know what I mean? Sit there and know that it is going to, things are going to start changing around. We are at a completed cycle. Mercury retrograde, as soon as it finishes, full moon, we're starting a whole new chapter. Panther Spirit is reclaim your power. Don't allow people to be disrespectful to you. Don't allow people to dismiss you. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. Have your voice, to have your boundaries. It's all about respect. I respect you that you don't like X, Y, and Z. Well, my boundary is I don't like X, Y, and Z. And if we're going to mesh together, then that's what we have to respect about each other. And if we can't, then, then it's, all about respecting yourself and being like, you know what? Maybe this isn't what I thought it was. So we have Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. And this is where we go into about, keeping secrets to ourselves. Bobcat Spirit tells you this is not a time to reveal your deepest, most cherished dreams and desires to others, but to rather a time to be quiet and gentle with yourself. As truths begin to emerge in your awakeness, self-protection is called for. So be discerning, selective, and even secretive, revealing no more than it is necessary. And I feel like those people that take advantage of situations, where there's certain people in your life, they're always circling around like freaking buzzards when they know that there's money, and they circle around until it's all gone, and then they're nowhere to be found, and then they're living up plush, and you're sitting there back at square one. So keep it all to yourself. People are a way of imposing their opinions on you, so pay attention to whom you surround yourself with at this time. Be watchful and check your own motivations, as well as those of others, as you keep secrets to yourself. For now, rather than exposing them to those who may potentially misunderstand your intentions or not be supportive, let your logic mind take rest as you start to perceive the energies of your environment. Bobcat Spirit wants you to be stealth and wise. Keep your own counsel. Let yourself be mysterious, yet to be revealed. So when we have high holidays, we are told this high holiday coming up next week that we are supposed to do a donation, like a food donation. So usually it's like between neighbors, you sit there and you cook X, Y, and Z. So it's kind of like a potluck. So you exchange in that way. Or you can sit there and give a donation. So to us, we donate to the food bank. There's a specific organization that works with the Canadian food banks. So it distributes it equally to our city and to, neighboring cities, whoever the need is there for the most. And, it also says, like, if your family is in need, to help them first and not to overlook them. But every single time this certain person knows it's a high holiday, it's like they start buzzing around claiming how poor they are and X, Y, and Z, and then misusing that high holiday and what that donation is about. I'm not going to get to specifics, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, enough is enough now. You're screwing up my juju. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm not having no part of it. So I'm standing up for myself, setting up boundaries. It's like, not this time. Sorry. We have Dog Spirit. Be loyal to what you love, because if that's where your happiness is. Loyalty to people and situations can turn into attachment that results in a stagnation, harassment, or loss of integrity. Do you fear what will happen if you let your relationship evolve? So when I was reading this for IG, there is a sense of, I feel like it's a motherly energy that is seeing like an empty nester. And they're sabotaging their children because of fear of being left alone. And it's like, you cannot do that. I know it's heartbreaking. Trust me, when Junior went to school, that whole year that he was in public school, my stomach was in knots every time I dropped him off, and I was just like, I can't hold him back because of my, what I felt. And I was right. My intuition was bang on, but it's just, that's not the point. It's like, to myself, it's like, I can't hold him back because of what I'm feeling right now. That is for me to deal with. Unfortunately, I was right about the situation, but that's another story. So I feel like they're saying, do not let your children, do not hold people back. Do not purposely for yourself, for your selfishness. In this, you're going to evolve as well. All you could do as your children continue to grow is to let them leap off the mountain, and either they're going to fly like you taught them, or you're going to catch them. So, your job as a parent never ends. Are you afraid of asking for situations to change that may seem as you're disloyal? Trust that when your dog spirit appears, you are meant to accept the turning of the wheel of life and changing of fortunes. If you feel you are being betrayed on or growing apart from someone, let dog spirit reconnect with you and your commitment to love in all its forms. Perhaps a relationship is meant to evolve. Perhaps you are meant to evolve too, so that you can experience the growth of which your soul yearns. Your greatest loyalty is to love, so be open to all its many levels, including self-love. Your desire the best, and that is what spirit wants for you. And I feel like, as your children change and grow and evolve, and you could sit there and be like, reflect. Like, look at the amazing human being I raised. Even though I barked at them and instilled things in them, and sometimes it didn't seem like they were listening, and you sit there and you hear them, how they interact with people, and see how they are, and how they carry themselves, and you're just like, wow, they were listening. I mean, I raised a proper human being. And that's what all you want in the world is your children to succeed, to be better than you, to be, when you weren't your best self as a child because maybe you weren't raised right and they didn't tell you, like, listen, I said some things and I did some things as a kid. I'm telling you because I want you to be better than me. So rather than you learn the hard way and make the mistakes that I did, I'm telling you this so to correct you before it happens. The way you carry yourself, slurs that people think it's okay to throw around. So it's just the way you raise your children. You got to talk to them. They're human beings. Don't talk to them like they're, talk to them at the level that they understand. You know what I mean? And sit there and teach them those things. Proper cues and proper language and proper ethics and being a good, decent human being, holding the door open for someone. You've seen someone struggle, offer them a hand. I remember we were in the Walmart parking lot and it looked like they had shut the car door on their bag. And I waved at her and she round the window and I said, did you close your bag in the door? She goes, no. She goes, it's the lining. I'm like, oh, okay. She goes, thanks. I'm like, no problem. Because I don't want her messing up her bag. Like, I know how it is to have something drying outside the car and not even know. So, being a good human being. And I feel like while you're sitting there reflecting what an amazing human being your child is, you could sit there and be like, you know what? Now I could sit there and my child knows how to cook, clean, do laundry, more independent. I don't have to worry about them so much. But let them always know I'm there for you. I tell my kids all the time. I said, always the thing, is it going to piss off mom or is it going to make mom happy? I said, that's how you know if you're doing right or wrong. And they're just like, oh, okay. I said, that's the best way to go by. I said, if you're not sure about your intuition, will it piss mom off? I said, that's the key you go by. And teaching your kids not to be sheep. Just because the whole crowd is acting like that doesn't mean they have to act like that. A last card is Panther Spirit. Reclaim your power. Reclaim your boundaries. A lot of us, especially during Mercury retrograde, or if we're going through a cycle where it's lonely, don't let be the doormat. I love that we have 44, which equals 8 and 8. I feel like this is success here. Especially with the be loyal to what you love. It's 19. 9 is endings. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 is also endings. 10 plus 0, 1 plus 0 is 1. And 1 is the magician. Wielding all your wands, your pentacles, your Cups and your oh, I'm forgetting one. I'm tired, guys. I was shoveling out of the storm. But it's saying, wield your magic wand, in this next chapter. And I feel like this is where the Panther Spirit is saying, maybe you've gone through a cycle where it was dark and it's lonely, but it's just like in that time you learn a lot of things. You reflect on a lot of things, but don't forget your boundaries. Are you feeling shaky because you have made a bold move and not seen confirmation that everything is going to work out? It is okay to hold. Is it fear holding you back? We got this twice this week. We got this yesterday with, was it Thursday's cards? I believe it was Thursday's cards. Saying we have nothing to fear, but don't worry about anything. There was the Four of Pentacles. It's health issues, holding on to things closely to our chest out of fear, worry, and doubt. And here we go with Panther Spirit speaking again. Don't worry. Everything's going to work out. Do what you love with the Dog Spirit. The universe sees what you love. And they know that this is what you're meant to do. If you sit there and your job is not a job and they know that you love it, you will see success. If you're a good person and you treat people the way that you would want to be treated, you sit there and you're decent and you're kind, you will see the abundance of that. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Are you afraid to act until the risk of failure has been removed? The movement where there is no risk whatsoever will never come. So follow the urge of your Panther Spirit within to look at your fear in the eye. You have heard the famous line, the only things we have to fear is fear itself. Stare down your fear. It will retreat and make way for your courage to fill your head to toe. Perhaps you are afraid you can't trust the power that is rising in you, and you fear the qualities will find within you when you look deeply at why you resist the challenges before you. Every part of you, no matter how dark it may seem, as a light quality. So be bold, face it, own the light, and make peace with your shadow. And it's kind of making peace with Mercury retrograde. Shadow Spirit trusts you. So be brave and trust yourself. Knowing that, the energies we're feeling, just keep telling yourself, we're going through it. It's only temporary. It's almost done. Sunday, it'll officially be done. But you have the hangover until the end of the month. This is why, even the person I read for yesterday, and I specifically pulled this from this deck, and I was just like, you could see a lot of, knockings, and of what the dates that they were highlighting was the full moon. So I feel like this profound positive change is coming. It's just we have to wait until this energy of pulling us back is lifted from us. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Friday, February 19th, 2021. Happy weekend. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. May the universe bless you good. Bye.